Dry spill grips Telangana. Nagarjun Sagar nears capacity. After almost 18 years, water will be released from Nagarjun Sagar in July. Generally, the Sagar Dam reaches full reservoir level (FRL) of 590 feet in August. However, this year, due to good inflows from upstream areas on the Krishna River, the Sagar water level has reached 583 feet with a total water reserve of 293,000 million cubic feet against full capacity of 312 TMCFT, 1000 million cubic feet, to release 50k cusacks. Irrigation Minister N. Uttam Kumar Reddy would formally open the gates and release water downstream on Tuesday. The Irrigation Department, through six gates, would release 50,000 cusacks of the total 1.4 lakh cusacks it has been receiving from upstream areas every day. It would help the farmers of both Telangana and AP irrigate about 11 lakh acres in upcoming Kharif season. The AP government, which controls the Sri Salem project upstream of Nagarjun Sagar, started releasing water in the past few days. Telangana government is also happy as the full reservoir level at the Sagar would ensure drinking water supply to Greater Hyderabad for the entire year. Generally, Hyderabad Metropolitan Water Supply and Sewage Board HMWS and SB undertakes emergency pumping to provide water during peak summer, as Sagar is now primary source of water to the city. With a spike in seasonal illnesses following recent rains, a statewide s- fever survey has been launched in Telangana, particularly in rain-infected districts. Rain affected districts. Officials have been directed to eliminate stagnant water in open areas to curb mosquito breeding. Telangana Vaidya Vidhana Parishad TVVP Commissioner Sarfaraz Ahmad, deputed as special officer for the rain hit areas, held a review meeting in Jagtial on Monday. He ordered immediate fever surveys in the villages, with those showing symptoms to be referred to hospitals. He also stressed intensified sanitation efforts to combat the spread of dengue, malaria, typhoid, and viral fevers. Ahmad will submit a detailed report to the government on the flood impact in Gityal and other assigned districts. In Khammam, Collector Anudeep Durishetty visited the primary healthcare center PHC in Karipalli Singareni Mandal to assess the availability of doctors and medicines. He instructed officials to conduct health surveys to detect dengue and malaria. Crocodile sighting near Musi sparks panic in Baba Nagar. The panic gripped residents of Baba Nagar near the Nehru Zoological Park NZP in Bahadurpura after a crocodile was spotted on the banks of the Musi River on Sunday evening. The alarm was first raised through a helpline call around 5 p.m., followed by videos circulating on social media. We immediately informed the Forest Department's anti poaching unit and zoos officials, said Bahadurpura SHO Praveen Kumar. My team also visited nearby areas to warn people not to approach the river. He said this isn't the first sighting in the area. A similar incident occurred in September 2020 when a crocodile was believed to have escaped from the zoo. However, NZP Director Sunil S. Hairmath dismissed that possibility, that this time our enclosures are secure and all crocodiles are accounted for. He said veterinary expert M.A. Hakim from the zoo suggested the reptile may have wandered in from nearby water bodies, especially after recent heavy rains. Case quashed against woman who asked son's lover to convert. Telangana High Court has quashed a criminal case registered under the SC and ST Prevention of Atrocities Act against a 50-year-old woman on allegations of harassment harassing a woman belonging to the SC community who was in a relationship with her son. The victim alleged that the petitioner asked her to convert in order to marry her son. Justice Juvedi Sridevi noted that even as per the complaint and charge sheet filed by police, there was no material to support the case, and the only allegation against the petitioner was that she asked the victim to convert to their religion and marry her son. In view of the Supreme Court guidelines and other high court judgments in similar matters, the case is quashed. The judge said, disposing of the case recently. The case registered at Rajendra Nagar in 2022 was also against the woman's son for allegedly cheating and having physical relationship with the woman in the name of marriage, later dumping her as she belonged to the SC community. It is currently pending before Ranga Reddy court. According to the victim, she became acquainted with the woman's son while working at a tech firm in Amirpet and fell in love. He promised to marry her and had physical relationship with her. However, his mother, the petitioner in the present case before HC, objected to their marriage as the victim belonged to the SC community, following which the boy broke up with her and refused to marry. The case itself is a mal- malified, illegal, and an abuse of the process of SC Act, the petitioner argued. Sri Vidya in judicial custody. The state government on Monday informed the Telangana High Court that they produced Maoist Sri Vidya before the trial court and sent her in judicial remand on July 25th as per court orders. Accordingly, a division bench of justices Moushumi Bhattacharya and Madhusudan Rao hearing the habeas corpus petition filed by Sri Vidya's father Sudhakar Sharma disposed of the matter. The bench took up the matter on a petition alleging that police illegally detained Srividya and urged the court that she is produced before the court immediately, after which High Court issued notices to police. When the matter came up for hearing on Monday, special government pleader Swaroop Urila informed the court and that Srividya was presented in the Miapur court following an FIR against her and that she was subsequently shifted to judicial remand. Crossing caste lines still unaccepted. Despite the veneer of progress, the data suggests that we are far from being an open society, said sources familiar with the survey's findings, a privilege not yet shared. Intercaste marriages are often held up as progressive step towards dismantling caste caste divisions, yet the low numbers in Telangana show that even among educated or urban populations the idea of crossing caste lines through marriage remains largely unaccepted. The option to declare no caste in the survey was seen as a symbolic gesture towards a casteless society. This is particularly significant considering that Muslims and Hindu upper castes together constitute about 15% of the population, but in reality, only upper caste individuals took that step. Not a single respondent from BC, SC, or ST communities adopted for it, highlighting a stark social divide. This selective disassociation has raised concerns among social experts. For privileged, declaring no caste may serve to project a liberal image without actually disrupting their social advantages, but for the marginalized caste remains a structural identity, one that determines access to support, representation, and rights. In a society where caste still governs access to opportunity, only those insulated by privilege can afford to distance themselves from it. For lower castes, caste is not just a stigma, it is also the basis for legal projections and social safeguards, said analysts of survey data. Long road to equality. While the emergence of a no caste identity may suggest a shift in mindset among a few, the data reveals a society still the- tethered to its caste roots, where even the idea of equality remains shaped by privilege. The findings up open up vital questions: who gets to opt out of caste, who cannot afford to, and what does it truly mean to be a casteless society when systemic inequalities remain deeply intact. The answers experts say lie not just in numbers but in how we reckon with the privileges we inherit. Zentech Q1 net profits falls 50%. Defense tech player Zen Technologies has posted a sharp 50% drop in net profit for the first quarter ended June 30, 2025 at 37 crore as compared to 74.2 crore in the corresponding quarter of financial year 2024 to 2025. This was on an over 56% fall in revenue from operations at 111 crore in fi- uh, quarter financial year 2026, first quarter, as compared to nearly uh, at 111 crore in Q1 FY26 as compared to nearly 254 crore in the Q1 FY25. CMD Ashok Atluri termed the decline as a temporary adjustment phase. Dr. Reddy's Labs invests in DRL. Pharma Junior Pharma major Dr. Reddy's Labs has invested around 565 crore in its step down wholly owned subsidiary DRL Russia for a little over 45% stake in the Russian subsidiary. The Hyderabad based pharma player said the funds infused by the firm into the DRL Russia will be used for working capital requirements. DRL Russia is a pharma unit registered in the Russian Federation. SCCL CMD plants 2000, 20,000 saplings. Singaneri Collieries Company CMD and Balaram created a history by planting 19,775 saplings as part of Harita Haram. In the past 6 years, he planted 204 saplings in Kottagudem, Singareni Collieries Bungalow on Monday, taking the total to nearby 20,000. Balaram stated his Haritaharam program on June 5th, 2019. As of now, the coal company has raised 5.47 lakh plants. Ensure continuous power, says Mittal. Principal Secretary Energy Department Navin Mittal has directed Power Department officials to ensure uninterrupted power for the agriculture season as power demand increased this monsoon compared to last year. During a video conference with the officials of Telangana Southern Power Distribution Company along with its CMD Mushraf Faruqi, Mittal said the CM and Deputy CM were giving top priority to the power sector and were continuously monitoring the supply. Laurus allotted 532 acres in AP. Laurus Labs has informed the bourses that the Andhra Pradesh government has allotted around 532 acres of land to the company at Rambilli phase 2 of Anakapalli district of the for the setting up of Laurus Pharma zone that will house manufacturing units for pharma products. The company plans to invest 5,630 crore in the project that is slated to provide employment to 6,350 people in three phases over an 8-year period. CAG report flags states raising deficits financial strain in Q1 first quarter. Telangana spent much more than it earned. Telangana's financial position in the first quarter of the fiscal year appears strained, according to the latest report from the Comptroller and Auditor General (CAG). The state is grappling with the high deficits and lower than expected revenue collections. As of June, the state recorded a revenue deficit of 10,582 crore, meaning it spent that much more than it earned. This is a sharp contrast to the budget's projection of a rupees 2,738 crore surplus. The fiscal deficit, which measures how much the government needs to borrow to meet all its expenses, stood at 20,266 crore. That's already 37.5% of the annual target of the rupees 54,009 crore just within the first 3 months. The primary deficit, which is physical deficit minus interest payments on past loans, reached rupees 13,493 crore, which is nearly 39% of the rupees 34,640 crore planned for the year. The state's total receipts in the first quarter, including rupees 20,266 crore raised through borrowings, stood at rupees 57,499 crore. This is just 21% of the rupees 2.84 lakh crore projected for the full year. Around 24% of this income came from the center in the form of Telangana's share of the central taxes and grants. Interest payments alone amounted to the rupees 6,772 crore, about 35% of the annual allocation of rupees 19,369 crore, raising concerns about the state's ability to manufacture future debt. Salaries, pensions, and subsidies dominate spending. On the expenditure side, a significant portion of the budget has already been used up. On salaries and wages, rupees 11,608 crore was spent, which is nearly 35% of the annual rupees 44,478 crore target. On pensions, rupees 4,572 crore, 34.9% of the 13,109 crore estimate was used, and subsidies mainly for free electricity cost rupees 5,932 crore, which is over 36% of the rupees 16,345 crore set aside for the year. Kong's Padayatra in T from July 31st in a bid to mobilize grassroots support ahead of the upcoming Panchayat elections. TPCC President Mahesh Kumar Gaud, along with the AICC Telangana in charge Meenakshi Natarajan, will embark on a Padayatra and Shramadhanam The first phase of this outreach program will cover six erstwhile districts between July 31st and August 6th. Mahesh Gaud has instructed all ministers, MPs, MLAs, MLCs, and senior party leaders from the respective districts to actively participate in both the Padayatra and Shramadhanam activities. As part of the program, a 10-kilometer march will be held in each district, followed by Shramadhanam voluntary community service. Both Natarajan and Mahesh Gaud will spend the night in villages engaging with residents, hold interactive meetings, explain the Congress party's national politics, policies, and the Telangana government's welfare schemes, and gather feedback directly from the people. Accept applications under AP quota HC. The Vijayawada, the High Court on Monday directed Dr. NTR University of Health Sciences NTRUHS to accept the applications of the candidates seeking admissions into MBBS and BDS courses under the AP local quota medical seats. These candidates were declared non-locals for not studying in the state for 4 consecutive years, ending with the year of their first appearance for the entrance test NEET. A batch of petitions was filed before the High Court seeking urgent hearing after their applications were not accepted under local quota on the admissions website. Arguing on the behalf of the petitioners' advocates Korrapati Subbarao, PVG Umesh Chandra, and others told the court that the petitioners' students are natives of Andhra Pradesh and studied within the state till class 10. However, their applications were not being accepted because they studied in intermediate outside the state. The advocates further argued the petitioners were considered locals while applying for need, but were now being considered as non-locals based on the 4-year consecutive education rule to decide domicile status. The court further said that the applications would be subject to the final outcome of petitions and posted the matter for further hearing to August 4. HC questions locus standi of petitioner, a development concerning alleged Bhudan lands allegedly purchased by IAS and IPS officers in survey number 194 of Nagaram district. The Telangana High Court on Monday heard the vacate petitions filed by a senior IAS and IPS officers and questioned the right petitioner Billa Mallesh about his local stand in case Bhudan case. The counsel for the IAS and IPS officers pointed out that Birla Jangamma, the petitioner's mother, had already filed a writ petition in 2024 which was disposed. The petitioner, which with the mollified intention of tarnishing the image of the senior IAS IPS officers, had not disclosed the same to the High Court, the council alleged. Hearing the case, Justice K. Lakshman of the Telangana High Court questioned the petitioner about the need to make representation on the issue to the Prime Minister, Chief Minister, and various other political authorities. The Council for the IAS and IPS officers further argued that the petitioner, after obtaining interim order stating survey number 194 of Nagaram village as Bhudan land, has changed his stand that the land was in fact government land. The petitioner has suppressed various material facts and abused the process of law in order to obtain an interim order by representing the survey number 194 of Nagaram village in Bhutan land, the council said. The standing council for the Bhutan board then informed the High Court that survey number 194, in which the land was purchased by the officers, were never recorded as Bhutan land. Justice Lakshman posted the matter for further hearing on Tuesday. Tea providing fine rise to 80% population, says Congress. Hyderabad State Government Advisor Muhammad Ali Sabir on Monday said the Congress government was setting a national benchmark in welfare, food security, and inclusive development, addressing a ration card distribution program where 3,174 new cards were issued in a single day. In Nizamabad, Sabir Ali highlighted that Telangana was the only state in the country providing free Sanna BM fine rise to nearly 80% of its population. This is not just about food, it is about dignity, security, and empowerment for the poor and the middle class. He said. He recalled that the National Food Security Act was brought in by the UPA government under the leadership of Sonia Gandhi and said Congress government in Telangana fulfilled her dream by ensuring actual food security to the people on the ground, providing 6 kg of fine rice per person per month to 93 lakh families is a historic initiative, he said. Why delay in aid to Sigachi victims? BRS. Senior BRS leader T. Harish Rao on Monday alleged that the families of Sigachi blast victims were yet to receive the promised rupees 1 crore ex gratia. The former minister, along with the victims' families, led a rally to the Sangareddy district additional collector's office and spoke to the official about reasons for the delay in distributing the compensation to the kin of the victims. He demanded rupees 50 lakh as a compensation for those grievously injured and 25 lakh for the others injured. He also submitted a representation on behalf of the victims' families to the additional collector Chandra Shekhar Bardugu. Later, Harish Rao said that although the company announced it would di- dis- disperse the ex gratia to the victims' skin within 15 days, there was no response from either the firm or the government. He said that 14 people were still undergoing treatment and only rupees 50,000 was paid to each of the injured. BC's key is mission to the form government. BJP Press. Telangana BJP President N. Ramachandra Rao on Monday urged the state government to publicly release the findings of the up recently conducted caste survey. He alleged the Revant administration is attempting to mislead the backward classes BC community by citing only 42% reservations, despite reports suggesting that BCs constitute around 52% of the state's population. Addressing members of various BC associations, Rao stressed the need for transparency in the survey process. The caste survey was not conducted by a central agency but by the state government. Therefore, it is crucial that the collected data is verified and made public, he said. Rao iterated the BJP's commitment to ensuring adequate political representation for BCs in upcoming local body elections. He assured that the party would allocate the maximum number of seats to BC candidates, regardless of whether the Congress government upholds proper reservation norms. We are dedicated to giving BCs top priority in the forthcoming elections, he said. The BJP leader also criticized the seat allocation pattern in the Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation. Out of 52 councillor seats, he claimed that the BCE reservation candidate category enabled Muslim candidates to secure 35 seats, which he argued came out at the cost of the genuine BC communities such as the Yadavs and Gauts. This imbalance undermines the rightful share of the traditional BC communities. Rao said. Rao concluded by urging the other backward classes to unite behind the BJP in both the upcoming local body and assembly elections. He emphasized that their collective support would be crucial in bringing about a political shift in the state. The strength of the BC community is the key to the BJP's mission to form the next government in Telangana, he added. Anti-Maoist posters stir tension in Warangal. Wall posters opposing the CPI Maoist party triggered tension and confusion in Jayashankar Bhupali district on Monday, with the People's Liberation Guerrilla Army PLGA week being observed from July 28 Monday to August 3 Sunday. Police in the agency areas have been placed on high alert. Combining operations are underway along the Telangana Chhattisgarh border. A significant deployment of police personnel has been made in Maoist affected areas of Mulugu, Kottagudem, and Jayashankar Bhupalli districts. The posters issued in the name of the Maoist Atma Parirakshana Praja Front were spotted in the villages of Mu- Mukunuru, Mukunur, Neelampalli, Burugudem, and Suryapeta in Bhupalli district. The content called on Maoists to shun violence, surrender to the police, and contribute to the society's development. The front claimed to have renounced Maoist ideology, describing it as outdated, and urged others to follow suit and work towards a better future. The posters stated that while people had sympathized with Moyes 4 decades ago, that support had faded. According to the front, the public no longer resonated with extremist ideas, and those still underground were urged to return to civilian life. Corporate in government's efforts to extend quota. Presently, 54% reservations include 29% of BCs, 15% of SCs, and 10% for STs are being given in Telangana in education and employment. The 50% cap has been breached and it should not act as a hurdle. Punnam Prabhakar said. Punnam Prabhakar also, with the cabinet colleagues Konda Sureka and Vakiti Srihari, all from the BC community, appealed to the all political parties, mainly BJP, to cooperate in the state government's efforts to extend 42% quota to BCs in local bodies. Since the parliament is in session, the cabinet has decided that Congress and India bloc MPs would move an adjournment motion in the House on August 5 to protest the delay in approving the BC bills. The sources said the cabinet discussed holding a Dharna at Jantar Mantar on August 6. On August 7, the CM, with about 200 representatives, will present a petition to the President seeking approval of the bills and the ordinance. Sources said efforts will also be made to meet the Prime Minister Narendra Modi and leaders of all the political parties on the BC quota issue. Minister slams BRS and BJP. BC Welfare Minister Ponnam Prabhakar also slammed BJP and BRS for trying to obstruct the 42% BC quota. BJP and BRS MLAs and MLCs supported the two BC bills in the Assembly and Council, and they were passed unanimously. Now, BJP MPs, including Union Ministers G. Kishan Reddy and Bandi Sanjay, are taking a different stand against BC bills in New Delhi. BJP is not sincere on BC political empowerment. That is why it is raising the issue of the Muslim quota. Either BJP MLAs and MLCs who supported two bills should resign, or the BJP MPs, including five from the BC community, should resign. If not, cooperate and uh, ensure the two bills are approved by the president, he added.